I like my home. And a lot of people will be like, come out, you're so boring. Why don't you? It's because you don't like your home.
Time is money, so spend yours listening to me talk about things that are important to me and my people.
Time is money.
Okay, hello and welcome to another episode of Maya trying to find where she should record. Today's is inspired by the fact that her partner has kicked her out of the living room because Maya can't record in front of him because he'll start laughing at her and she will get embarrassed. Yes. Welcome to Minisode 16. I cannot believe I was stuck in releasing my series. I was like, do you know what? When Leonardo DiCaprio goes quiet for 6 years and then releases another film, people don't boycott him. People don't stop listening to him. People don't say, oh, because he didn't record for ages, I'm not listening to him. No. People say, we love you, Leo. Thank you so much. Where have you been? That's what they say. And I was thinking I was getting the same love for doing my series and sticking to who I am. Not the case. People were loving it. They did love, when I put the content out. It's good content. I'm not going to pretend with you. But it wasn't enough. So I do feel like, have I changed who I am by giving the people what they want? Because it's not what I wanted to give them. But then I also feel like at the end of the day, I need the people to like me and stick by me. And they're only going to do that if they know who I am and what I do. And since doing the minisodes, I have got a lot more subscribers. So it did work, I'll be honest. But it doesn't mean that there's not room for improvement. And it doesn't mean that this is enjoyable for me, because if you saw my setup right now, I've got my phone balancing, it's on a biscuit tin. I've got my lamp literally blinding me. I've got my voice recording happening on my laptop, which is over here. And I've got a meeting in about 15 minutes. This is my life, okay? I just need to get rich, get my own studio in my home, have neon lights with Maya's Minutes in it, get sponsorship from all across the globe, and I'll be on my way. Is that too much to ask? Okay, I have had something on my mind for quite some time, all right? And I knew that it was quite prevalent when I heard Potter Paper's songs. Potter Paper is a British rapper, and the song's called Rap Game. And the line is, don't invite me to your shit because I won't be coming. I would like to live by that. I get invited to a lot of stuff, whether it be work stuff, whether it be friend stuff. There's a lot of stuff, events and social things happening in my life. People can get the wrong impression of me because I don't actually like going to those things, but I am a very social person. So people are like, oh, why are you okay with going to see your friends all the time or speaking to you? Because I could literally speak to my friends every single day and be fine about it. I'm not one of those people that gets tired from like social interaction, but it's a certain type of social interaction. The social interaction that I feed off is deep conversations with 1 to 3 people max. I do not feed off going to parties with lots of people, lots of noise and a very surface conversation. That is not me. And when I've gone to, obviously I'm not a hermit, I've had to go. So when I do go to these things, I never come back feeling energized. I come back feeling so tired. And it's so weird because I'm a chatty patty. I'm so chatty, I had to create a podcast to talk more. That's how chatty I am. But you put me in that environment and you will see me transform into a different, quiet, shriveled little bean. And it's not because I can't talk. It's not because I'm embarrassed or nervous or anxious. None of those things. It's just because I don't want to be here. And it's not because you've done anything wrong. It's just that this is not my comfort zone. This is not where I thrive. And if you've been listening to the pod for a long time, you know that I only like to thrive. So I want to talk about some etiquette for people like me, because I know I'm not the only one. I speak to a lot of the people I am really good mates with are like me, obviously, but there's a lot who aren't, because this is quite a unique way to be. I think that I'm like this because I have had so many years of going out. Like, I started going out when I was like 14, 15, and that would be, obviously no one was having deep conversations then, so it was just like parties, house parties. Then from house parties, obviously it went to clubs. Then from clubs it would go to like events, And then eventually, when I finally felt like I can be who I really want to be now and not have to pretend that I'm enjoying this, coincided with the time that I stopped drinking alcohol. And then I just didn't go to these things anymore. Obviously, when it's a close friend's birthday, I pull out all the stops, I slap a smile on, and I go. But that's more if I've analysed the friendship. Because there are some people who, and this is also cultural, like Nigerians in particular, they don't care if you don't chat to them all year round. But you better go to their shit. And that's just a rule. And a lot of ethnic cultures are like that. And a lot of my friends are ethnic. So I have this dual situation where there's some other people who you don't have to go to they won't mind. Do you know what I mean? If you don't go to their stuff, no one minds. But there are some people, you don't go to their stuff, yeah, friendship done. That's it. And I used to be like that. But I felt like my thing is not a big ask because I'm not getting you drunk. I'm not asking you to spend money. I've got the whole thing patterned. All I want is your time. But then I realised I'm being as entitled as they're being when they expect me, a non-drinker, a non-enjoyer of this vibe, to come and smile and do enjoyment. That's the same as what I'm asking of them. But that my confusion was, but when me and you are together, this is what we do all day long. So when I do my little birthday or my event, it's just that with more people. But then I realised I'm the friend for a lot of people that a lot of people go deep with, whereas I'm just a deep person, but for them, I'm their deep friend. Does that make sense? And for me, I just thought that they were deep. They're not. They're just deep with me. So that's why there's this disconnect. So etiquette. If you want me to come to your stuff, okay, this is to the friends who I love. If you want me to come to your stuff, please stick to the schedule. All right. A lot of people will have a little itinerary and they'll be like, yeah, arrival at, and I don't know why we've all like either Instagram's gassed us, TikTok, I don't know, but we all think that we have like really serious events where we need to have like itineraries and stuff. Hilarious. Anyway, it's good. There's like clear understanding and visibility of what we're doing each time. Cool. People will be like, arrival 7 to 7:30, drinks, like whatever. Cool. So why is it that I have arrived? I've given you grace. I've arrived at 8:30. Even though it said 7 to 7:30 is arrival, I've arrived at 8:30 because I hate arrivals. I hate that boring small talk shit where everyone's a bit nervous. Women are running off to the bathroom to put on more makeup. Men are just standing awkward. It's the worst thing ever. So I will come after that. 8:30, I'm there. Why have you not arrived yet? And I don't want to hear that you need to make an entrance. Why do you need to do that? You know everyone here. It's your event. Do you know what I mean? What's going on? That's number one. Please stick to the schedule, especially when it comes to you arriving. Yeah. Number two, let there be food. We all live in an age now where people go to eat and spend so much money on food because nobody cooks anymore. So if you're doing that, then you need to cater for the non-drinkers, hello, and make sure there's food there. Oh, when I say food, I don't mean anything extravagant. I don't. I just mean a meal. So I don't mean anything extravagant, but I also don't mean like picky bits. Don't give me that. Or be clear, this is the worst thing. If people say food and drink provided, and you get there and the food is picky bits, you don't know how pissed off I am. I'm so used to that no matter where I go, if it says food is provided, unless I can really vouch for that person and know that person doesn't play, I will eat before I go. I will. There's been times I've gone to dinners, like there's full-blown dinners that I've been invited to and I'm going to, and I've eaten before I've gone. And that's not just because I'm greedy, it's because people tend to forget people's requirements. I don't eat meat. Nobody remembers that when you've had a drink. Do you know what I mean? Nobody remembers that when you're arranging an event. And equally, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. If this is your event, I'm not going to now go on a big thing about, is it got this in it? Is it? No, because I hate that. I'm sorry. You stepped outside. You have to accept that you are the minority with your food things here. So make provision for it. Don't come expecting there to be something for you. And that might sound bad. That's just where I am at. So food, massive biggie. a pressureless environment for non-drinkers. I was at an event last night. This woman was sat next to me. As soon as it went a bit quiet after the little ceremony was done, so, wine? Fine, you're used to it, cool. Again, if you step outside and you don't drink, you're in the minority. I get that. There's a girl to my left, and she is a hijabi girl. She's got a hijab on, obviously Muslim. The girl who just said, wine, turns to the other girl and says, do you drink? And I just thought, okay, look, I know there's 1,000 people who are going to come for me, but like, well, some Muslims drink, some Muslims, cool. But this girl has not had a drink. There's like 4 bottles on the table, yeah? She's not ventured or reached towards any of them at all. On top of that, she's wearing a hijab. What would make you think that she drinks? Tell me. So things like that are very hard for me. Just like the total lack of awareness that it could be possible that some people don't drink alcohol. Like it's a totally alien thing. And then what happens is you then make the people who don't drink alcohol feel so uncomfortable by your lack of awareness or your uncomfortability by it that now they don't want to be there. And that's another massive reason. If you're a person listening and you've got a few friends that don't drink and then you're always inviting them stuff and you're like, oh, why do they never come? That's why. You make them feel uncomfortable, not purposely, but your total lack of awareness of why they don't drink or why this might be a bit much of an environment. That's why they don't come. Okay? And the final thing is, it cannot end too late. The thing I was invited to yesterday, you're going to laugh, a Thursday, okay? A Thursday. Thirsty Thursdays, cool. We're getting near to Christmas, fine. But this was a work thing. So you guys know what time my employable hours are. This ceremony was from 6 p.m. to midnight. You've got to be mad. Like, even people I love, I'm gone by 10. Absolute latest. On a school night, you're lucky if I'm going. The only way I went was because I was already in the office. So, like, if I was in my yard, there's no way I'm coming out to go. No. In a midweek, no. So, it started at 6. There's been the ceremony. Then there's the starter, which, let's be honest, I couldn't see. Then there's more stuff, and then there's the dinner. The dinner was supposed to be served at 8:30. At 9 p.m, we're still nowhere near. And I had to go. I'm sorry. I always said I'm staying till dinner. And dinner, in my mind, okay, cool, 8:45, let me be reasonable. 9:15, cool. 9 o'clock if there's still no sign, that doesn't bode well for what's about to happen. So, yeah, I had to skedads. So, that might sound like I'm a bit overbearing and a bit much, but do you know what I put it down to? I like my home. And a lot of people will be like, come out, you're so boring, why don't you... It's because you don't like your home. If you liked your home, if you lived with people you like, and this was an environment you enjoyed, you wouldn't want to leave it either. But because you don't have that, you look at me like I'm weird. It's not that. It's just that I really like what I've created for myself here. Please, please, please tell me how you find this. If you're new here, welcome. Please leave a review. Please rate. Please share. I've seen the reviews going up and it makes me happy. Just slap a 5 on as you listen. 4s, don't bother. 5s only, okay? Socials, Maya's Minutes podcast on TikTok and on Instagram. Get involved. Send me love. Send me encouragement. I really need it, okay? Have a great week and I'll see you next week. Bye.